From the first footprints on this continent to the digital age, the story of America is a vast, complex, and powerful epic. It's a story of struggle and triumph, of division and unity, a story that belongs to all of us. I'm here to walk with you through the chapters of this incredible journey, to understand where we've come from, and to see where we might be going. Let's explore the American story together. Long before European ships ever touched these shores, this land was home to a vibrant tapestry of cultures. From the great city builders of the Mississippi Valley to the nomadic hunters of the plains, hundreds of distinct nations thrived, each with its own language, traditions, and deep connection to the land. Their world was rich, complex, and ancient. Then, in the early 17th century, a new chapter began. Ships crossed the Atlantic, bringing people with different dreams and ambitions. In 1607, Jamestown was founded in Virginia, a settlement built on hope, desperation, and the cultivation of tobacco. 13 years later, the Mayflower arrived at Plymouth, its passengers seeking religious freedom. These early encounters between colonists and native peoples were fraught with complexity, moments of cooperation overshadowed by conflict, misunderstanding, and the relentless pressure of a new world being born from the old. These first settlements were the seeds from which a new nation would eventually sprout. As the colonies grew, so did their sense of a unique identity, separate from the British crown. A new kind of society was forming, one that valued self-reliance and questioned distant authority. Tensions began to simmer. Britain, burdened by war debt, imposed taxes on the colonies, the Stamp Act, the Townshend Acts, all without representation. The colonists' cry of no taxation without representation echoed from Boston to Charleston. The anger boiled over on a cold December night in 1773 with the Boston Tea Party, a bold act of defiance that pushed both sides closer to the edge. The first shots were fired at Lexington and Concord, sparking the Revolutionary War. It was a daunting fight, a struggle for the very idea of liberty. In the summer of 1776, a group of visionaries gathered in Philadelphia to sign the Declaration of Independence, a radical document that declared all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights. After years of hard-fought battles, the impossible happened. The United States was born, a republic founded on ideals that would be tested time and time again. With independence won, the young nation turned its eyes westward. The idea of manifest destiny, a belief in the divine right to expand across the continent, took hold of the American imagination. Pioneers in covered wagons carved new paths, driven by the promise of land and opportunity. But this expansion came at a tremendous cost, displacing the native peoples who had lived there for centuries and leading to tragic conflicts. As the nation grew in size, it also grew more divided. The institution of slavery, the nation's original sin, became the central, unavoidable issue. The economy of the South was built on the backs of enslaved African Americans, while the North moved toward an industrial future. The compromises grew weaker, the rhetoric more heated. This deep moral and economic chasm finally erupted into the Civil War, the bloodiest conflict in American history. Brother fought against brother, and the very soul of the nation hung in the balance. In the midst of this carnage, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, transforming the war into a fight for freedom. The Union's victory preserved the nation, but the wounds were deep, and the path to true equality had only just begun. In the aftermath of the Civil War, the country entered a period known as Reconstruction, a turbulent attempt to rebuild the South and integrate 4 million newly freed African Americans into society. It was an era of immense promise and heartbreaking failure, as the dream of equality was met with fierce and violent resistance. Following this, the Gilded Age saw America transform into an industrial powerhouse. Railroads crisscrossed the continent, cities exploded in size, And titans like Carnegie and Rockefeller built vast fortunes, but beneath the glittering surface lay widespread poverty, brutal working conditions, and social unrest. America's newfound strength was soon tested on the world stage. The nation was drawn into two devastating world wars, emerging from the second as a global superpower, a leader of the free world. This period saw immense change from the Roaring Twenties to the Great Depression, from the rise of the automobile to the dawn of the atomic age. The nation had been forged and reforged in the fires of industry and war, setting the stage for the profound social battles yet to come. The second half of the 20th century was defined by a powerful struggle for justice. The civil rights movement erupted across the nation, led by courageous figures like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and countless ordinary citizens who demanded an end to segregation and the fulfillment of America's promise of equality. Through marches, sit-ins, and unwavering bravery, they challenged the conscience of the nation and secured landmark legislation like the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. Their fight inspired other movements for justice, for women, for Latinos, for LGBTQ individuals, and for all who had been pushed to the margins. Today, we live in a modern America shaped by all these legacies. We are a nation of incredible diversity, connected by technology but still grappling with old divisions. The journey from those first encounters to our present moment has been long and arduous. It's a story of breathtaking progress and profound challenges, a story that is still being written. By understanding our shared past, we can better navigate the complexities of our present and work together to build a more perfect union for the future. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this exploration meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that shape our world.